Magic the Gathering. I say starting to look because I've realised it's hundreds of quid before you even start. Before you play a game, you've got to throw hundreds of quid at it. And yeah, I'm starting to notice a lot of similarities. Cheers for the follow, Marco is Buddha. Welcome to the Brotherhood. But yeah, I'm starting to notice now that they're making a lot of the same decisions that Magic makes. And obviously Magic's been going 20 years. So there's a big chance that it's going to go distance. I know that's not a definitive proof that it's going to make it, but I think they're starting to realise that they have got a sustainable product here. So yeah, I'm starting to believe now. I didn't think it'd happen. And obviously, when I've only started becoming a streamer last month and a half. I had a huge debate as to whether or not I went exclusively Hearthstone, because if Hearthstone died off next week, I've sort of invested time and built an audience in a game that's dying off, sort of thing.
Is someone injured?
But yeah, as I say, every time they make a new update and make a new change, they do something that I think helps sustain them for the future. So, and Sophie says that happens to me all the time. Yeah, like it is ridiculous, really, but. But I think the ladder is the issue rather than sort of the players, if that makes sense. Like if they figure out a way, that you don't just. Cheers for the follow, Dennis DeBoer. Welcome to the Brotherhood. If they figure out a way to stop people dropping as far through ladder, or find a way to make ladder less of a grind every month, I think that issue solves itself. Marco is Buddha says, indeed pushback is a big deal, but I'm more annoyed by the fact you need to win 30 games to get enough gold to buy one pack. Yeah. I think that's one of them things, like, the big things about Hearthstone is, first of all, when it started, it was in a market that didn't exist. It was like, let's make a card game online exclusively and see if people want to watch it. So yeah, there's that like, because they dominated the market for so long, they had zero incentive to change. Like, which is the problem with a monopoly in any business. Like, why would you make yourself worse off for no reason? Because you can pick your own rules. Now there's starting to be a bit of competition with like Gwent and like Elder Scrolls Legends, is it? And everybody seems to be jumping on market now. They're now incentivized to actually make a conscious effort to improve as a game. So I won't be surprised if they do start improving the pack thing. I mean, they've thrown some free stuff at us lately. Like the free arena runs for the Winter Festival. And
right away.
And like they give Cthulhu in Whisper at Old Gods for free, and they give a Lynch King Death Knight for free. I think they're starting to improve in that regard. And as more competition comes along, the better situation we're going to be in. So, it looks like I'm losing my board here.
Right away.
Oh, do I commit the Power Word Shield? Nah, I can't. I've run out of mana to try and get the second copy of Crazed Alchemist. Coin Hero Power Ancestral Healing ×2. Too good. Absolutely unbeatable combos. With so many years in history, how has Magic the Gathering managed such a massive card pool? Do they have wild and standard mode divisions? So, they have various different... There's like a million different ways card pools cut and change, but to simplify it, and I don't know myself, so if anybody does know in chat, then feel free to throw it at us. But from what I can understand, they've got effectively a standard and a wild mode. I'm going to get it up so I don't embarrass myself. But the last couple of years of cards does go into a standard format, which... Hang on. Magic the Gathering formats. Because I don't want to embarrass myself, basically. But there's... Right, so there's standard, which is like the last 2 years of stuff. There's... They've got like an arena type thing, which is called sealed, which basically you buy a load of packs on the day, go into a shop, buy some packs, / bring some packs from home, I believe you can do as well. and play with whatever you get. Build a deck of 40 cards out of whatever you happen to get. There's also Eternal, I believe it's called.
I'll show them all.
Right, so there's Legacy, which allows cards from all legal sets, but bans cards for certain power level reasons. Vintage, basically there's a million different formats, but yeah, there's a standard, there's a wild. Terrible answer, I know, but it's, as I say, I've only literally started playing it myself, and I don't know if I'll ever play it on any sort of level either, but we'll see.
Let us see if this gets my pen.
And then that goes there to try and protect it. But yeah, so they have wild, they have standard, they have like an arena mode. Basically, Hearthstone is ripping off a lot of Magic the Gathering's ideas, but the thing that it's doing is it's built itself online from the ground up, whereas Magic is absolutely awful to try and play online. There's an app called Magic Jewels which I picked up for my phone, but there's a lot of stuff they've got going on that's just too complicated to really make work. Like for instance, you can do stuff on your opponent's turn, which don't really work in like a fast-paced online card game. So Hearthstone made the decision that the opponent's turn is completely uninteractive. Other things as well is like they've got different. Instead of getting a mana crystal every turn, you get lands, which are basically a mana, which you play every turn from you. So if you draw a land, you can play it, and that's like a mana crystal. But you have different coloured mana, basically. So then every time you play a card, you have to go, do you want to play it from your red mana? Do you want to play it from your green mana? Do you want to play it from a combination of both? I'll just make stuff really, really complicated, which unnecessarily so. It works in a physical card game, but doesn't work in an online one. But because they've got a physical version, they have to stick to the conventions. Next turn is Flame Strike. So, are we scared? Nah. Oh, yeah, we're alright. Decent. But yeah, so there's a lot more formats. They're doing things a lot more complicated, but Commander's an interesting one. I'll cut the Magic the Gathering talk at some point soon, but yeah, basically they've got a format where you can literally use Reno decks, in the sense that you can only have one of in your entire deck. It's a 100 card deck, so yeah, that's an interesting format. I won't be surprised if Hearthstone gets a few new formats in the next couple of years. But again, so much depends on being around a few years, and I don't think they expect it to be around a few years, so. What we doing? Which one are we most trying to save? For the inevitable Flame Strike that cleans us out. That is the only one we can definitively save. So. We've got a ridiculous board, so why overcommit to his inevitable Flame Strike? And you say perhaps you should invest in Magic instead of a second Hearthstone account in it. A second Asia Hearthstone account. And it depends how much money you're going to throw at it, mate, because you're talking 200, 300 quid to build a vaguely competitive Magic the Gathering standard deck. So, and the value of a Magic deck falls off a cliff as soon as it rotates out of standard. Again, another good thing Hearthstone can do, being an online card game, is they can sort of limit how cards are distributed. Which, is that enough of a board? Nah, we're off falling. But yeah, so the difference again with an online only card game is they can make it literally buy packs, get dust, buy cards, which puts a cap on every single card of 1600 dust. Whereas if you want to buy the best card in, like, you can be paying 30 quid a card for some of the best cards in the best decks, and that might be low end. So, but yeah, so if you've got 200, 300 quid to throw at it, which obviously people spend over 2 or 3 expansions in Hearthstone, but then maybe try Magic. Another thing is Magic requires a physical person to play it with. And I know my bunch of mates are not really Hearthstone players at all. So yeah, that's another factor. And yeah, 3-core Highlander. I will have to set up... Basically, this is the first time I've done a competition in this format, so there's a few creases I'm still ironing out. But yeah, this is the current giveaway leaderboard, and this is... Hang on. Not that one. This one. And this is the current page you buy giveaway tickets for. It's for a £15 Battle.net gift card. Every entry is 50 minutes of view time. So
How many fingers do you see?
basically, I've ran a competition previously where a random person won it. This time, I'm guaranteeing it's somebody who watches the stream. So. But yeah, so after you've watched 50 minutes, get yourself a ticket. We will be doing the giveaway not this Sunday, as in 2 weeks from today, and it'll be at about 9 o'clock in UK time, so look out for that. So where are we up to here? 3-core says, Blizzard is good at making stuff pretty, but pretty bad at making stuff horribly unbalanced. So, I mean, yeah, there's... What I would say is, the amount of times when streamers and professional players and the community gets cards horribly misjudged, it must be tough for Blizzard to get it right. And again, like, the sort of... I think that they're getting better in every single regard, which is why I think this game's going to last. Like... They realised Jade Druid were a problem, so they brought out a counter card to it in Skulking Geist. Unfortunately, they then went and gave 2 of the best cards in the game with Ultimate Infestation and Spreading Plague. But yeah, I do think they're making serious improvements. What are we doing here? Do I give him a card draw? Or do I just dome him in the face?
This hurt?
I'm going to keep Mind Blast behind because the big battle you've got is potentially... do I pop him now though? I could have popped him at 3, which is a mistake that I'm doing it. So... But yeah, I think I sound like a right Blizzard fanboy here, but I certainly think they're doing stuff that's improving game on lots of fronts.
Amazing.
And it won't be long before they nerf Ultimate Infestation or Spreading Plague. Just depends if counter decks come up, because they've said previously they try and make the community find the answers to the problems first. Like, there's been times in past when decks have seemed ridiculous and then they've fallen massively off once people realise they're not that strong. So, for instance, Quest Rogue, although it did inevitably get nerfed, there were a time when, yeah, it was really, like, at the very start of the meta it was the most broken thing going, but then people realised just play aggro decks and it stops being an issue.